Good morning students, this is the second video of the chapter Age of Industrialization. So far we discussed how the industrialization process started in the countryside and how the countrymen was assigned the different type of task and how the countryside and towns came closer. Now we are going to discuss the coming up of the factory. I mean to say how the situation changed after the introduction of new factories or the new buildings. Initially, the whole industrialization process was going on under the open area or in the open space. There was no such building, there was no such infrastructure, but activity was going on in the open space or in the village side. Now let us discuss how the situation changed with the coming up of the factory. We need to understand here the earliest factories in England came up with the 1730s. The first symbol of the new era was cotton. Its production boomed in the late 19th century, which was linked to a number of changes within the process of industrialization. We need to understand first of all that here the cotton was the first item that was in fact given attention, and because of that the process industrialization. So when the factories came, they focused first of all cotton. We need to understand in this light that Richard Arkwright created the cotton mill. The costly new machines could be purchased, set up and maintained in the mill. When all the presses were brought together under one roof and management, it allowed a more careful supervision and the production process. It was a very easy process. We need to understand a very interesting thing is here that now all the things came under one roof. All the things came under one roof. Now management, supervision all became very easy because now all the tasks that was going on in different parts of village, now it got assembled at one place under one roof. So it was very easy to supervise, to check the quality of the particular product. Situation became much easy with the coming of the factory. Now we need to understand here that if factories came and it affected the industrialization process, then what was the speed of the industrialization process? We have to understand it again that the whole process started with the countryside in the open space. Industrialization was going on even when the buildings were not there, infrastructure was not there. But when the infrastructure came, supervision became easy, quality control became easy, and how it changed the industrialization process. We need to understand that what was the change, what was the speed that industrialization gained after the introduction of factories. The first phase, we need to understand that how the first phase was there. First of all, the most dynamic industries in Britain were clearly cotton and metals, growing at rapid pace. Cotton was the leading sector in the first phase of the industrialization up to the 1940s. After that, iron and steel replaced it. So led the way with the expansion of the railways in England from the 1840s and in the colonies from 1860s. So this is how the transformation took place. First of all, attention was given to cotton and therefore attention diverted from cotton towards iron and steel industry. So this was the first reason. Because of that, maybe the industrial speed could not gain much momentum. Now we need to understand the second phase was also there. The new industries could not easily displace the traditional industry. We need to understand even when the factory set up, when the new industries came up, the traditional industries was still going on. Only less than 20% of the total workforce was employed in technologically advanced industrial sector. Rest 80% were still working in the proto-industrialization period or were still working in the open space. Only 20% of the workforce became ready to work under the factories or the infrastructure. Large portion of the output was produced not within factories but outside within domestic units. We need to understand still people believed that open space is good and industrialization was going on in that open space, and very less people believed in the factory system. We can easily understand here in 1830 factory was established here. Okay, so this is how we need to understand that how the system developed. Thank you so much.